Hello, I'm Denis Waitley. This is kind of an off the top of my head combination endorsement and also reflection on the services that I've been receiving for nearly 2 years from Bob Solomon, CIO Systems, and his team. You know, I'm one of the last men standing of the old guard of the positive thinking movement. In fact, all the other ones have gone. So my contemporaries are Earl Nightingale, Paul Harvey, Norman Vincent Peale, Robert Schuller, Zig Ziglar, Wayne Dyer, Stephen Covey, Jim Rohn, and they're all gone. So I'm kind of the last guy in the old guard on the positive thinking and personal development movement. And in 2018, things were going great. I was traveling all over China, Wuhan, Shanghai, Beijing, 50 Chinese cities. They actually have 90 cities or more with over 1 million people in them. We have 9. So they have over 90 with 1 million. We have 9. And I've learned a lot about business in China over the past 20, 30 years. My career spans about 50 years of the old positive thinking, winning for life, the psychology of winning, seeds of greatness movement. I've written a lot of books, but actually they're the same book with a different cover. We only have one really good book in us. And I remember the last time I was in Shanghai was in 2018. And a young high school student came up to me and said, "Wow, you're sure quoting Confucius a lot." And I said, "Yeah, I've been a real admirer of Confucius, and I've been saying a lot of his old Confucian sayings." And he said, "Wow, I can't believe you went to school with Confucius." I said, "Actually, he's 1,800 years old. I'm only 800 years old." And so, as one of the old guard who switched from traveling almost every day for the last 40 years to maybe 103 countries, 600 cities, and it's nothing to be proud of. It shows that you're chasing cash flow and that you can't make money while you sleep. So I'm not sort of extolling my virtues. If I had it to do again, I'd do more of the Bob Solomon virtual learning and less of traveling and being in airports. And just a word about Bob Solomon. When he came to my condo office in La Jolla a couple of years ago, he and his team installed a home studio for me, new computer, got me really going in, shall we say, cyberware. I'm roadkill on the information highway. I try to put white out on my screen sometimes and remember the days of mimeograph and, if you will, carbon paper. So that's how far back I go. But the testimonial for him would be, now that I've switched, as many of you have, for different reasons. With me 2 years ago, a surgeon who was installing a new heart valve in me made a mistake, and he cut my femoral artery, and I nearly bled out in the Scripps Hospital here. And so after a series of nearly a year of having some near-death experiences, which I don't recommend, I decided, of course, that traveling was not going to be part of my business. So I switched completely to virtual. And I'm glad I did, because with the, shall we say, challenge of triumph over turbulence, with the, shall we say, self-distancing and other challenges that were unforeseen, I'm very glad that I had Bob Solomon and the CIO team to come up to Rancho Santa Fe, where I'm social distancing in a little hacienda up here, and doing virtual webinars all over the world. And he set me up with a studio with the proper microphone, the proper remote control camera, the proper setup in my home office here, so that I can use one laptop strictly for webinars, live webinars with a fast computer. And the other thing he's been able to do is, with his genius ability to respond, his hands-on experience, he was able to come up and hardwire all of my systems, because I was doing it wireless. And the service we have up here in Rancho Santa Fe is not to be, shall we say, reveled over, because it's nothing to shout about. In fact, 5G is only coming up to our driveway. So the pitch I have to make isn't something Bob asked me to do. I volunteered and asked him since you're the BNI group and the movers and shakers, I asked him if I could say something in his behalf, that he's hands-on, technically savvy, has a good team, and goes above and beyond the call of duty, including coming up to my home in the evening, and we have a glass of wine together while he's installing a hardwire system for all of my technology. And so I'm able to have high-speed internet, no freezes on my webinars, and I'm able to do global webinars, whether Facebook or LinkedIn. And I highly recommend LinkedIn for business and Facebook for personal. Well, it used to be Facebook Live. You know, we all have 46,000 fans and 5,000, if you will, members who follow us. And Facebook is good, but LinkedIn is the go-to platform for articles, business webinars, diving deep into personal and professional development. So I highly recommend posting not only blogs, but articles and short videos, and really making yourself known on LinkedIn and as many platforms as you can. Today, everybody's an expert. Everyone has an Amazon bestseller, and it's hard to know who the wannabes are and who the real deliverers of content are, because everyone has to sell. For me, I'm not comfortable with funnels. I'm not comfortable with upsells from free to $47 to $297 and then hit him with the big $5,000 package. People are getting very smart when you ask them for their email address or for their cell phone number. They know that the big hammer is about ready to come with the offer that you simply can't refuse. Everyone seems to be selling the billionaire mindset or the multimillionaire mindset, and what they're doing is trying to coach you in a marketing funnel project on how to make more money in your business. But what you're really doing is making more money for them, as they're trying to tell you that they can help you with your bottom line by marketing a funnel marketing approach system to you in social media. So I'm rambling on a little bit, didn't want to, but I'm really interested in your group, that you share with each other that virtual is the new reality. And I think distance learning, even because it's a have to, has opened eyes around the world, because with a handheld device and with the right content where you under-promise and over-deliver, I think the world is wide open to people who have really good content and a really good business service to offer. So my hat's off to Bob Solomon. We're monthly client relationship, and I recommend him. He's always available to me, and he's someone that I think you really should consider as being your, shall we say, man in Havana. Is that politically correct, or am I a racist for saying that? I hope not. But he's been my go-to man, and his staff have been very proactive and available to me. And I look forward to maybe being on one of your podcasts and just listening in to what's happening. So Bob, if you're on this call or you're there, I just wanted you to know how proud I am and how happy I am with our service. All the best.